Selley here with GraffitiEyes, and here we go. Another tip on getting great stencil transfers, and this one is mental. Okay, it's got nothing to do with your fingers this time. This time it's total the mental game. All right, and it's all about your confidence. So visualization, seeing yourself achieve perfect stencil transfers, watching other people paint and get perfect stencil transfers, like really absorb what they're doing, like really watch their hands. There's loads of videos out on YouTube of people using stencils and face painting. Dude, I got lots of videos on my own channel of go and watch some of my earlier videos and it's like zoomed way in on my hand and I'm painting on somebody's face. Really watch it and pay attention to the rhythm and the everything, you know, how they're lifting the stencil away and everything. And imagine your own hands accomplishing that. That's creative visualization. Like seeing yourself achieve this is part of boosting your confidence and actually achieving perfect stencil transfers. That's like Michael Jordan. He'd practice basketball and, you know, seeing the ball go in the hoop by practicing it and having the feel of it and having enough muscle and strength to do it. But he'd also do visualization. He would close his eyes and visualize himself and visualize the ball going into the hoop. So it's the same thing. Like you want to visualize yourself getting perfect stencil transfers, because if I had a dime that I saw every time somebody on social media complain about how they always get crummy transfers and how it doesn't work for them, and then how they never even bother trying, well, there's like no confidence, no practice, no mental game. What do you expect? You're just going to sit in that same slump. So actually taking the time to see yourself doing it, that's a huge step in actually doing it. Another confidence tip is, let's say you messed up. You go on there. What's the first stencil everybody buys? You know, everybody wants stars because it's a pain in the butt to like paint little stars, right? And those little crisp, perfect stencil stars look so perfect and dope. You know, when you're putting them on there, and it's like, bah, you know, these great stars, finishes everything. And so you're going in to get your perfect stars and you take it off, and for 82 different reasons, it doesn't turn out. All of a sudden, they're just big white blobs on their face. So instead of peeling it off and going, ugh, and then just feeling everything sag and making the frowny face and feeling all like upset, like everybody's looking at you and the parents are going to think that you're a crummy artist and all this kind of stuff, and you're thinking the kid's going to cry because they're going to look in the mirror and that doesn't look like a star, it looks like a blob, you know, all that kind of stuff. You put if you stencil it on, you peel it off and it looks like a blob, you go, perfect. You just take a deep breath and say, smile and say, perfect. Okay. I know exactly what I'm going to do. This is going to be great. Just say that, you know, just fake it till you make it. That's what that's called, right? You just say something completely opposite of the way your brain goes, oh, I messed that up, and just go, perfect. I meant to do that. So if you put on your little white stars and they're a big blob, then toss that sponge out right away because it's probably got way too much paint in it. Grab a brand new sponge, load it up there with the sponge loading tips video that I put up, and get a darker color. Go with yellow or pink, or if it was white blob stars that turned out there, go with a darker color and then try again right on top of those blobs and see how it turns out. Give it a second try. Now you just act like you meant to do that. Do you know what I mean? Like nobody knows if you just fake it like that and say perfect and smile and put that down and start over again. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not that big of a deal, okay? It's not worth like sighing and getting upset and getting your baby wipe out and wiping it off. Like, nope, just keep moving. I so rarely pull out a baby wipe. I just keep moving through it. And it's not because like, oh, I'm so perfect because I've been painting forever and I'm Selley. Like, it's not like that. I make mistakes all the time. All of us make mistakes. I make mistakes on camera. I make mistakes in class. Loads of mistakes. But I just keep rolling with it and I just keep moving with it. So it's really important to keep moving, and it's really important to keep your mistake into a purposeful, like, okay, next step. Let's keep going, right? Okay. Another confidence thing. Ugh. How many people cringe when the mom's standing there and she's texting and chewing her gum or whatever and looking totally unimpressed, and you pull out your stencils to start doing something. Oh, she's using stencils. You know, like stencils are cheating or something like that. Yeah, for one thing, I mean, it's me. So I'm like, yeah, actually, all of these stencils I designed, it's my line of stencils, and I sell them in 22 stores throughout the world, in Europe and Australia and Canada and USA and the UK, and it's really fun. I go and teach classes all over the world, and I make videos on a YouTube channel, and I have a whole brand and everything for these stencils. It's really fun. You want to watch me do it? And then they usually just right? They don't stick out their tongue. I mentally stick out my tongue at them. Like, this is a legitimate art form. Stencils are an art tool, period. So stencils are not cheating. They're an actual art tool. So you can inform the parent that they're an actual art tool if you actually feel like it's necessary that you need to defend yourself for using stencils, okay? Yeah, stencils are an art tool, and I'm going to use it to transfer these little patterns on your face and make an incredible design, you know? Secondly, with the stencils are cheating whole like pushy, bougie, blah attitude that you can get it just happens. Every once in a while you get one of these people like, huh, must make it easy. You're just using stencils, you know? They're like these people. They don't know what they're talking about, you know? They're like accountants, and I don't know what these people do. I don't know why I said accountants. I don't even know an accountant. They're just like people who do other stuff that's got nothing to do with art, okay? They don't know what they're talking about, first of all. And they probably just got a bad attitude in life in general, and they're jealous because you have a cool job that's, you know, you have to fool around at birthday parties all the time and eat cake, right? So who cares about their lame attitude about stencils? But second of all, with stencils are an actual art tool, is once they seal, you actually wield the stencil, okay? So yeah, I'm not just like laying, I mean, when you're starting out, yeah, you're just laying on some stars or something like that, or you're laying on some dots or something. But when you start being a freaking ninja with your stencils and all of a sudden you've busted out this dope little Iron Man, like, where's my Iron Man? Have you seen this Iron Man video I did? Okay. That's all painted with stencils. I think I'm on my green screen, so it looks all weird, so you'll have to watch the video. But I mean, you're creating ridiculous quality artwork that you can't hand paint. Like, it looks super cool. Or even if you're like stenciling on like the insides of a butterfly wing and it's just extra dimension, or somebody painted like this tiger and it had like negative snowflake stencils and it somehow like, it just looked really cool. You know, like some of these effects from the stencils, you can't recreate them with a paintbrush, okay? But when you mix it with your paintbrush, so then you're outlining stuff with your paintbrush, you're adding teardrops or something, or whatever other elements, and you're using stencils and your paintbrush, it's ridiculously cool artwork. So once they actually see what you're doing with the stencil, then they can just hit the road with their negative attitude. So always remember that in your back pocket, that stencils are an actual art tool. And yeah, just wait and see what I can do with this stencil, honey. And maybe you'll be reaching for your wallet to give me a tip or ask me for my business card, because you're going to be blown away because you've never seen anybody use a stencil like I can use a stencil. And that's how I want all of you guys to feel. You know, I'm not doing these videos so I can sit here and look at myself in the camera. I'm doing these videos so that everybody can have like, I just want to like raise the collective vibe of like confidence in face painters, you know. Otherwise I would still try and like run around and sell these classes and make $100 by trying to sell a seat in my class and have to buy airplane tickets and Uber rides and have somebody babysit my cat and all this kind of pain in the ass stuff to go and teach a class. No, I want like all of you, like hundreds and thousands of face painters, to feel confidence with using their stencils, because there's too many times I've been out there and I'm at a convention or something like that, and I got 35 people in front of me in the class, and they're all sitting there like this. They're so excited, and you know, and I get the people who are like, I own all of your stencils and I don't use them. and they're sitting there smiling. I'm like, why are you smiling? Like, why would you be happy about spending all your money and then not using them, you know? I want people to use their stencils, whether they're my stencils or somebody else's stencils. They're your investment in these art tools, and they really are fun. And once you come up with your own designs, you'll be really proud of them, you know? It'll feel good, and you'll be like, oh, I know exactly what I'm gonna do, you know, when kids ask for stuff, and you'll know exactly what stencil to grab and, you know, how to whip out some artwork. So confidence level in getting really good transfers is really super important. So visualize yourself achieving perfect transfers, and you'll start getting like a higher rate of perfection on your, you know, transferability of the stencils. What's another, I didn't make any points or anything like that. I thought I'd just wing these videos for you guys. What else with confidence in face painting with stencils? Knowing your designs. Yeah, like knowing which stencils to use for what designs. That's a huge confidence boost, and that'll actually keep you using your stencils and keep you pulling out the stencils. So know your designs, have confidence in what stencils work with what designs, you know, like sometimes it's fun if you have time to go on the fly on the job and be like, I wonder if this will work. Let me see and try, you know, but if you know that these particular dots look really great inside of a butterfly wing, and these other particular dots look really great blowing out the side of some superhero mask or something like that, then just stick with it. Because if you know it's going to look good, you're going to for sure get a good transfer, and you'll get a good reaction out of the audience that you're dealing with, right? Because at the end of the day, it's like a weird little performance art that we're doing, right? So if you know your shtick and you know, then you know you're going to get, you know, good results from it. And tips, man. It's nice to get tips, cash money, and just like close your eyes and night before the job and see all that cash money tips raining down on you, you know, it works. So anyways, I hope that this video, you'll walk away with some more confidence. Some of these ideas will stick in your head, and yeah, and you'll start getting some better transfers. But it's a real thing. Creative visualization. It's an actual, it's, you know, science. It works. Legitimate, you know, super successful people, that's what they do, is they visualize themselves succeeding. They visualize themselves, you know, attaining their goals and seeing like into the future. You see, like at one point I stopped worrying about showing up to the party on time and knowing where I'm going and all that kind of stuff. And the second I booked the party, I saw myself already in my mind leaving there with everybody smiling and happy and a tip in my pocket, you know? So, and when I started doing that, my whole game, it was a game changer doing that. So, there's lots of different, if you Google it, if you're more interested in it, it's called creative visualization, and it's kind of like meditative techniques, but it's creating your own reality. And I'd like to create a successful reality for myself, and I'd like to share these things with you guys, my audience who actually watches my videos. So good luck to you. Let me know what works for you for confidence. It'd be great. I'd love to hear it. So comment on the video and tell me what you do to boost your confidence, or deal with the people who are, you know, like meh, 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 in the audience watching. And what else? Yeah, just for everybody else too. Maybe your comments will be tips that will help other people who are watching the video and reading the comments too. So love you guys. Take care. Thank you so much. And I'll see you out there in social media, video, face paint land.